These brand new Abercrombie 90s straight curve. Yeah, price tag of $90 for $16.99. Love those. Ooh, this has been good. If you are anything like me and you have recently been watching Love Story on FX, which is the story of John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, then you know how inspiring the outfits have been. Her minimalist 90s style is having a huge moment right now, and I was really inspired to head to the thrift store and see what I could find. Carolyn went to Boston University, and she was working at the Chestnut Hill Mall at Calvin Klein when she was discovered by an executive. She had her own personal style that the exec from Calvin Klein recognized. She was soon offered a position in New York City, and she worked her way up very quickly at Calvin Klein. And the more I watch videos and see images of Carolyn in the mid-90s, I am just more and more inspired by her fashion. And it truly aligns with the way that I've been trying to style myself lately. So I went to Savers with a challenge. Could I find the beginnings of a Carolyn Bessette Kennedy capsule wardrobe for under $100? And I was actually blown away with the pieces that I found. I had several reference photos that I brought with me, and I was just so excited by some of the pieces that I found. If you're not familiar with Carolyn Bessette Kennedy style, think minimalist, classic, timeless, and effortless. Think neutral colors, clean tailoring, simple knits, great coats, pieces that weren't at all flashy, but looking at them almost 30 years later have withstood the test of time. What I've come to appreciate about her wardrobe is that it wasn't ever about logos or trends. It was about beautiful basics that all worked together, which is why looking for a capsule wardrobe was such a fun challenge, and actually makes this kind of style perfect for thrifting. One of the very first outfits I wanted to recreate was actually shown in Love Story. She's in New York City, and she's wearing like a black turtleneck like this and a pair of black flared pants. So for your girl who loves to dress in black, I was all over this outfit. So I found this top, which is actually Amazon Basics. It was $9 and change. And then I found these pixie pants from Old Navy. I'm gonna try this. I really like the flare on me, so I'm gonna try these. I got these pixie pants with this black turtleneck, and I'm so excited about it. She also rocked a black Birkin bag. This was before social media. It was before the age of the Kardashians and people tagging things. It reminds me of when luxury was something really special and very understated. So I do not have a Birkin bag, but I do have a bag from Mulberry that kind of is that open, boxy type of bag that I love to carry with me. So that is what I paired this outfit with. So as I was pulling together this capsule wardrobe, I was reminded of why I need to get back on Depop. Thank you to today's partner, Depop, for sponsoring today's video. I know I might be a Gen X woman entering the Gen Z playground, but I think that Depop has a ton of value in the reselling space. And I think this collection that I've put together is a perfect example of something that would really resonate with Depop users. And it also means that my college wardrobe might finally have a moment to shine again. This simple black mock neck turtleneck is a perfect example of something that I think could do very well on Depop if paired with tag words like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy style or 90s minimalist style. It's one of the fastest growing reselling platforms in the United States, and they offer no selling fees, which is huge. You can offer things at a slightly lower price knowing that the platform is not going to gouge you with fees. All you'll have to pay is about a 3% processing fee. They also have some really helpful tools that they offer now, like AI listing assistance and an auto respond feature for offers you may receive. One of the pieces I'm really excited to share are these Gap corduroys. These are a high-rise flare, and they look so similar to a pair of corduroys that Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was photographed wearing with a black top like this. I think these will do amazing on Depop, as well as these mule style slip-on loafers. I can be much more creative in the items that I decide to list when people are shopping so much based on style and not just brand. But Depop also is a great place to list your bread and butter things like Lululemon and Free People. If you're curious about trying it, I will leave my Depop link below. If you sign up and list 10 items, you can start your shop right away. Okay, now let's get back to channeling my inner Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. Thanks again to Depop for sponsoring today's video. I had to get a pair of black loafers, so I was so excited to find these mule style Steve Madden loafers. These were $10.99 at Savers. I walked around with these on in the store and I can pull them off, but they're actually a size 7.5. I'm an 8.5, so my heel doesn't quite fall off the back, but when I wear them for extended periods of time, I realize they're really not the fit for me. So probably if I was a size 8, I could pull them off, but gosh, are these so cute. And they looked adorable with the pixie pants. These were $10.99. I actually checked out twice at Savers because I had one coupon that was good for clothing only, $10 off a $30 purchase. So I went through the line once with just clothing and I got $10 off of $30. Then I went through the line again. I had a 20% off coupon that I could use for, I bought my son Rocco a Carhartt belt. And then I got these shoes. Oh, and I got some sunglasses too. Carolyn had these signature sunglasses that kind of came to more of a point on the side. This was the closest I could find at Savers. These were $5.99. And what your 52-year-old girl loves about these is that they're readers. I do not have any sunglasses that are also readers. So you may not be able to see it. There's a little section right here so that when I look down, I can actually see what I'm reading. But this is the look that I went for. $5.99 for the glasses. These were 20% off. I mean, I was having so much fun searching for this wardrobe. These jeans I kind of reverse engineered. I found these first and then I Googled pictures of Carolyn Bessette in white jeans. These brand new Abercrombie 90s straight curve. Yeah. Price tag of $90 for $16.99. Love those. Ooh, this has been good. These are the 90s straight from Abercrombie & Fitch. These are $90 jeans. They are new with tag in a size 28, US $90. I got them for $16.99 and then either 20 or 30% off at the register. This was a no-brainer. They are high rise. They just have a little bit of a raw hem. Oftentimes you would see Carolyn Bessette wearing flip-flops and jeans. I couldn't leave without picking up these white 90s jeans. I can picture Carolyn wearing these in Hyannisport 4th of July weekend when she was visiting the Kennedys. Maybe she'd be wearing one of JFK Jr.'s brown sweatshirts from where he went to college, oversized, with a pair of white jeans and flip-flops on the beach. The woman who plays Carolyn Bessette in Love Story is absolutely stunning. I loved seeing what she wore and then Googling it to see what the inspiration was, how Carolyn actually wore a piece. I've honestly been so far down this rabbit hole. I've been having so much fun researching for this video. I've loved it. Let me know in the comments if you are watching Love Story and if you too have been eyeing some pieces that are inspired from Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. There was also a look that I loved where she was wearing just a black cardigan that was kind of buttoned down. I thought that this cardigan was just so adorable, kind of like 3/4 length or maybe like elbow length sleeves, and it just buttons in the front. I'm pretty sure this is a vintage sweater, probably from the 90s. Kind of has this like mother of pearl button. Just very simple. There's no tags anywhere, but it's probably a size small. It's on the shorter side. It would probably hit right at your waist, but I thought this was so cute. Thinking about Cape Cod and summertime minimalist style, I really was trying to lean into quality fabric. I found this 100% linen white button-down shirt. It was only $8.29. It's from J. Jill. It's a size large petite, but it is just so effortless and simple. I've been loving linen in the summertime. She always appeared to have not spent a whole lot of time getting ready, but she always looked magnificent. I also saw a lot of images of her wearing scarves in her hair, almost very Jackie Onassis looking to me. A lot of the pieces that she wore are probably already part of your wardrobe. A classic pair of jeans, a scarf for your hair, a black turtleneck, a pair of black loafers, so many staple pieces that you will just wear over and over, and they all play really well with each other. This black turtleneck turtleneck will look great with the pixie pants, and it would also look great with a pair of Levi's or the white 90s jeans that I found. The whole idea is that everything mixes and matches and is pretty effortless. And if you're focusing on fit and fabric, then you can't go wrong, because if you get a really good quality fabric and it fits you really nicely, it should last you a very long time. This is absolutely gorgeous, and you all know I've been loving cashmere. This felt like brand new. A little simple cashmere sweater in gray. This is in beautiful condition. It's $12.49. I absolutely love this, and I think along with these Steve Madden slip-on loafers, I'm gonna grab those too. Very classic. It's Tahari, which is a brand that you'll find at TJ Maxx, but it's 100% two-ply cashmere. It was $12.49 in this beautiful heather gray. I really like the neckline on this, just absolutely gorgeous. Carolyn would rock this. Whenever I film and I'm wearing black, I need to keep a lint roller close by. Even though I can't really see my reflection too well in the camera, I'm always worried that there's going to be lint on me, and oftentimes there is, despite my best efforts. So I'm worried about this cashmere sweater shedding on me. A beautiful cashmere sweater would be a staple for a capsule wardrobe reflective of Carolyn's style. And as much as she loved wearing black and I love wearing black, I own black cashmere sweaters, and I also own like oatmeal and soft gray. This just feels more timeless to me than black cashmere. I don't know why. Just the grays and the oatmeals and the camel colors, they just feel very rich and very classy. This fits right into that. I love thrifting cashmere. It's like one of my greatest thrills these days. And this one is like brand new. Barely any pilling. $12 plus 20 or 30% off. You cannot beat it. I think the piece that excited me the most, probably because I just thought these were going to be really hard to find, are these corduroys. They're actually called the 70s Flare High Rise. It was like a needle in a haystack that I found these rust-colored corduroys with the flare and the little pockets in the front. Hers had more of like a flat pocket in the front. I did what's called an appliance garage, and it's a large cabinet that actually sits on top of the counter. So I'm a little nervous that holes are being drilled into my counter right now, but they're reassuring me that this is the way it goes. They're gonna be done on Tuesday. Can't wait to do my renovation video. Maybe I'll wear one of my Carolyn Kennedy outfits for it. I was at Savers for probably 2 hours, and I had the best time searching for these capsule wardrobe pieces. I ended up leaving with a white pair of jeans, the rust-colored corduroys, and the black pixie flare pants. I would also add to this a pair of denim for a capsule wardrobe. A nice classic pair of Levi's would really fit the bill here. I love this color palette. Also, I got this black turtleneck. The cardigan top also is beautiful. I will definitely be listing that because it's small for me. Here is that. So cute. Quince actually has, I believe it's a $40 cashmere blend black cardigan that I'm going to get for this look because I really like it. It's a little bit lighter. I think it has cotton in it more for springtime. It's a little bit lighter than some of the other cardigans that I've gotten from them. In addition to the linen button down, I did see an assortment of men's white button down shirts. There was a scene in Love Story where she spends the night with JFK Jr. and then she's got to work the next day, so she wants to wear something different to work. So she grabs one of his white button downs, kind of like does it as a little flap over and tucks it in with a black skirt, and obviously she looks dynamite. One piece that is missing from this capsule wardrobe is like a classic white button down, which I have also been on the hunt for that. A white button down and loafers. I have yet to find the perfect one of either of those pieces, but I'm still hunting. You might be able to raid your husband's closet and grab one of his white button downs and see how creative you can get with it. But there were so many great white button downs at Savers. There was one that was brand new with tag, but it wasn't 100% cotton. And I just pictured Carolyn wearing a cotton button down, just really crisp and beautifully tailored. I wonder if I should take like a white button down to a seamstress and just have it tailored to fit me perfectly. specifically, because I have yet to find one. If you have any recommendations for a really good white button down, I would love to hear it in the comments. There was also like a charcoal gray, kind of a pea coat style jacket that she was photographed in quite a bit. It reminds me very much of the Aritzia coat that I thrifted on Newbury Street in Boston. It's very tailored, but I did find a vintage wool blend coat that was beautiful. It's kind of a combination of a blazer and a pea coat. It's a small, so it's a little tight on me, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I will be listing that as well. It needs to be steamed and delinted. I loved the tailoring on it. That's what really reminded me of Carolyn Bessette, and that's the reason that I decided to take it home with this capsule wardrobe. And no Carolyn Bessette Kennedy capsule wardrobe would be complete without sunglasses. So get yourself some black sunnies, and hers were a little bit more narrow. I actually like this shape on my face. The readers are kind of a bonus. She was also an extremely private person, so wearing a pair of sunglasses is always a great way to be a little bit more low-key for the paparazzi, should that be a problem for you. I just can't help but think what an impact they would have had as a couple in our world today. I remember where I was when the plane was missing. I was on vacation with my mom and dad. Anthony was about 3 months old. He was born in April. They died in July of 1999. They were only married for 3 years. She was 33 years old. It's just all so sad. And when I was watching the videos of their wedding and just seeing how genuine their love seemed to be, it would have been so nice if their love story had been able to continue. One of the things I always try to remind myself when I'm shopping for a specific look is that you don't have to buy every piece. It's also one of the reasons why I think it's really good to frequently go through your closet. Sometimes you just need a few pieces to capture a style, and then you can shop your own closet to really achieve a specific look. What I love about this exercise is that it proves that timeless style does not have to be expensive. Everything that I shared with you today, I got for $90. Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's wardrobe was all about simplicity, confidence, and really beautiful basics. And those kinds of pieces are hiding in thrift stores everywhere. I'd love to know which piece today felt most like Carolyn to you. Let me know in the comments. And if there's another iconic style you'd like for me to thrift next, let me know in the comments. This could be a really fun series in the making. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you to Depop for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to hit the link in my description if you want to check them out and start your Depop shop today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more from me. I can't wait to see you again.